50 million cedis, then another 142 million cedis, then a 23 million cedis. We know that some people are going to go to jail.
Tintonte, yeah, no monsa, now you're fadring, and yeah, na kind, and paying for na kind. So that's what we do on this channel. You get your bottle of whiskey, you sit down, then we share ideas on what is going on in Ghana. Today, we just, you know, sometimes there are certain things that when you sit down, you think as a Ghanaian, you it kind of makes you angry. It makes you sad at the same time. Today, I was listening to the KSM show, and Okudzeto Ablakwa went on the show, and he was making some findings, should I say findings, or allegations or accusations of how Ghanaians have mismanaged money when it comes to this whole cathedral. And it was hard for me to listen to. It was hard for me to how did we get here? Because I can't believe it. I can't believe it when I was hearing this. So just let's listen to it.
Observing from Parliament, I noticed that a lot of things the president had told the nation, all those statements, those pledges, those commitments he made were not adding up. Remember, the president started by saying that he has had an encounter with his God. We don't know which God is that. And that he's promised that God that when he wins, he will build a cathedral as a thanksgiving offering. So it is a personal pledge. And he assured the nation that he was not going to use public funds. So we all said, okay.
So personally, I understand it, that if you're coming into power and you feel like, oh, we all do this, that we all pledge sometimes that, oh yeah, God, if you help me achieve this, attain this goal, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that for you. And so it's okay for the president to have that idea or that pledge to God or to whoever he wants to have that pledge with.
Okay, well, we all are Christians, we go to church. We all make personal pledges. I recall in my last election, I set a target. I told God, if you help me achieve that target. And I got the widest margin in the whole country. So immediately, the pledge was that I'll go to the children's hospital, the Bator Kadley Hospital, and then pay the bills of all those on admission. I did that. I didn't call a DEBA that everybody should contribute. You know, so personal pledges, we all do that, and we redeem it at the personal level. Then I discovered that we are being deceived. I begin intercepting documents that even though the president says personal pledge, we are not going to use public funds, we won't use the taxpayers' money. I discover that 50 million cedis, then another 142 million cedis, then a 23 million cedis. Then you come to David Ajayi.
Guys, this is why I want you to take notice of the money that he's mentioning. And this is what gets me angry. This is what gets on my nerves, because I'm thinking, here we are, everyone is thinking, oh, Ghanaians are poor, we don't have money to roads, the essential things that humans need. The simplest thing that we need to survive in the nation, we don't have it. The youth don't have support system, education is falling out, road network, small scale businesses are all dying. And the scale of money that Okudzeto Ablakwa is mentioning that has been spent or that has been misused is just not acceptable. So take note of the amounts that he's been mentioning.
He was also receiving all kinds of payments from the national coffers. Meanwhile, Article 178 of the Ghanaian Constitution is very clear that when it comes to public funds, you need parliamentary approval. It's very clear. Article 178, let me read. It says, no monies shall be withdrawn from the consolidated fund except A, to meet expenditure that is charged on that fund by the Constitution or by an act of Parliament, or where the issue of those monies has been authorized. 1, by an appropriation act, which is passed by Parliament, or 2, by a supplementary estimate approved by resolution of Parliament passed for this purpose. So in Ghana, nobody has the authority, the power to withdraw funds, public money, without parliamentary approval. So when you go through all our budgets for President Akufo-Addo's era, and the budgets are online, viewers can go to the Ministry of Finance website, you would not see any provision in the budget which has come to Parliament for approval for National Cathedral. Because the President had told us that it's a personal pledge. You won't see every single expenditure, say free SHS, you see it there, free SHS, this is how much we intend to spend. We are building this number of hospitals, Agenda 111, this is the amount. We want to do roads. You see, that's what budgets are for. That's why Parliament exists. And under Article 178, you need that parliamentary approval before you withdraw funds. So I said,
So when you say you intercepted, what you came across
yes, so
this?
Yes, so I secured documents signed by Ken Oforiatta, the finance minister, instructing the Controller Accountant General to release money to the National Cathedral Secretariat, where you have Dr. Paul Opoku Mensah as the executive secretary, and to release money to Rebade. Rebade are the contractors, a consortium of 3 companies, Rizani, the Eka, Babisoti, and Disimoni. So I saw releases to them. Then I also saw releases to David Ajay, the architect, who engages in a lot of, inflationary pricing. So I said, this country has been scammed. The clergy. And I recall listening to sermons from people like Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams saying that, Ghanaians who are criticizing National Cathedral, stop it. We are not using your money. The president has assured us. At our first board meeting, the president told us, we are not using public funds. So all of you, just shut up.
This is where I also think the clergy I think they were misled and they misled the general public. And in Ghana, Munim said we really respect the pastors and religious leaders and people like that. We really put, when it comes to them, we respect them, and when they talk, we hear it, we listen to them. So I think that the MPP government was so smart. That's why they included them people, because they know that when they talk, we don't trust politicians that much. But when it comes to these powerful men of God, we trust them and we believe them. That's why they included these people in it. That's why they purposely got these people on the board of trustees. You get it? So that we will easily say, oh yeah, if this person, this honorable person is on there, that means we can trust what they are doing. Because if you put any politician on, or a lot of these politicians on the board of trustees, a lot of people are not gonna believe it or trust it. So it was easy for them to convince these people, oh, we are doing this for the church, we are doing this for God. So, pastors, come on board. That's why.
We are just mobilizing our own resources. So even the clergy didn't know that on their blind side, people are being paid, huge withdrawals are going on. Now we know that a whopping 339 million Ghana cedis. Because after intercepting the documents, securing them, we then summoned the finance minister at the vote of censure hearings, and we insisted that you must now give us the full withdrawals that you have made. And all hell broke loose. To our shock, 339, at the time, $58.1 million.
$1 million. This is what gets on my nerves. Like, we hear all the time our leaders saying we don't have money in the country, or the country is owing these people, the country is in debt, the country is this and all that. Where are we getting this money from? Where are we getting, when it came to the cathedral, where did we get this money from? Where did we get these monies from when it comes to the cathedral? Why is your why you not why are you not putting your phone on silent? Where did we get these monies from? So I don't know. It gets on my nerves so much. Then let's keep on listening and pay attention to the money.
No parliamentary approval. That is why, as for this national cathedral matter, we know that some people are going to go to jail.
Oh yes, but this is the thing. When they promise us this, this is the NDC talking now, saying that when it comes to this matter, people are gonna go to the jail or people are gonna be jailed. And listen, when MPP was coming into power and Akufo Addo was wanted to be president in 2016, he made promises. There were people in the NDC government who had the same issues, allegations on them about them. And when he came into power, none of them. So this is the thing. Like, we know people are spending money. We know people are misusing money. People are using the nation's money unlawfully or wrongfully. But then when these leaders, when they want power, yes, they can talk about it. But when they come into power and they are also spending the money, they don't do anything about it. They don't work on it. And I know that he's saying all these things, which is annoying at the same time. But when the NDC come into power, are they really going to arrest these people? That's the question for the ghost, not for me.
Because it's very clear. Very clear. When the finance minister, the former finance minister, Ken Ofori-Atta, appeared before us, he sought to say that, we were using contingency vote. And as for contingency, we don't really have to come to parliament. Now, contingency stands for emergency. Something unplanned, a happenstance.
This is ridiculous. Like, how can you say that? The president actually said he is going to do this. This is not an unplanned thing. This was planned. This is not a contingency. It's something that was planned. It was something that they knew about that they are going to do, and they done it. We can go on and on. He made a lot of allegations, but I don't want to make this video long but if you want to watch the whole video, I'll put the link in the description on our KSM show so you can watch the whole video. But we've got a lot of things in Ghana that needs attention. We've got roads, hospitals are collapsing, pregnant women after giving birth sleeping on bare floors. We've got people students, kids not getting proper education. We've got people sitting under trees to learn, and we've got the MPP government gone through this, waste this whole money on a pool right now. Now the National Cathedral is the most expensive pool in Ghana right now. It's there. Akufo Addo should have just promised a swimming pool to God. He would have done it already. This is so annoying. The mismanagement of Ghanaian finances is so annoying. It's so ridiculous as well. And they're not going to do anything about it. And this is why, for me personally, these two political parties, I'm done with them. MPP and NDC have shown us for 32 years that they cannot and they will not save Ghanaians. They are not ready. They are not ready to save us. They are not ready to help the ordinary Ghanaian. They are not ready to help the poor. They are not ready to help the middle class. There's a lot of I know a lot of friends, or a lot of my friends who have finished or completed school, who are at home right now. They start a small scale business and it's all collapsed due to high inflation in Ghana. Their business collapsed because they can't keep up. And this is how it's got into in Ghana. It's so bad for every single Ghanaian that the last hope that our youth have is to travel out of the country. Why can't we stay in our country and survive? Why can't we have hope in our leaders? Why can't we live in our nation and say, yes, I'm in Ghana and I'm going to survive? That's the question I'm going to leave to you. Subscribe to the channel, like the video and share it to others. Thank you for watching.